starting a season with like the Adelaide 500 historically for supercars has been a big shock to the body because I guess testing's probably similar for the Supercar Championship. It's a one-day preseason test, and then you haven't driven since first week of December, and then March you roll into Adelaide and it's super hot. The track's pretty tough, and usually it separates the ones that put in the effort in the off season or not. Is that similar to your start of the season? And then what tracks would you say are the most physical across the year?
Yeah, St. Pete. It's because it's down in Florida, and extremely humid, and you're always in a corner, so you don't have much time to rest. So you usually do your first practice session and first run, like 6-7 lap run, and come in, and the engineer will be asking you how's the car, and won't be able to talk. You're like, here, let me catch my breath. Like it is exactly that. Like it's hard to talk when you come in because it's quite a lot of cardio in those cars. That's the thing. When I did the Gold Coast race in the supercar, the heat kills you. Like it's not the cardio, the weight, or any G-force quite nice when the cold water's running around the cool suit. But when that failed, man, oh my God, the heat.
Did you experience a failure?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
Cool suit failure.
It was brutal, man. Brutal. And I thought, well, this is just normal, but Will Davis said, no, that was one of the tougher ones. Like the Gold Coast was pretty tough. So, but since we had the windscreen, you got both of that. You got the heat. So we wear a cool suit now,
okay,
and you've got the real physicality of it. So it'd be like getting a rowing machine and putting it in a heated room and pounding away. So that's sort of the feeling. So yeah, we got as much air to the you can get to your head, and they've opened vents because drivers. It was very tough at first when they put that windscreen on. Very hard. Some drivers really struggled, but it has got better. The cool suit was the biggest one. Cool suit. It's not like what you guys have where it's really cold, but it's cooler than body temp. Like it's just running through. It's not. There's nothing cooling it but the at times warm air, but it is still very beneficial.
I do honestly love hearing it, and it's not great for you guys, but hearing how hard these cars are to drive, I think is really cool because I just hate hearing punters say that driving a car is not difficult. I mean, even the calorie burn, I've shown my trainer at our gym, he actually last year, or year before last, he used to annoy me. I'd come back from a race weekend, and he'd go, you look like you've lost weight. And I'm like, well, yeah, I've lost a couple of kilos actually. And he goes, well, did you train across the weekend? Or like you haven't been in for 5 days. Did you train while you're away? And I'm like, mate, I drove the car is hard work. Like I still, you're sweating your balls off and it's hard work. But they don't understand. Like unless a lot of people think if it's not like typical exercise, it's not physical. And I think that if people understood just how hard an IndyCar driver is working, especially like I think Scotty Mack got out one race and he jumped off the car and did his roll and said that like he was just toast. Like he jumped and landed and was gassed. But I reckon it's cool if the fans could appreciate how hard it is because it is difficult to imagine even like neck failure. I remember the first day I did in F3 was at Rockingham in the UK, which he probably drove at, and it's anti-clockwise. And the British Formula 3 car doing race runs, it's only a junior formula, but my neck completely failed. It was horrible. And I'm going through all the lefts and my head's leaning on the rest. It's hard to describe the impact that has then on your shoulders and being able to keep turning the car. It does get tough. It's fucking hard work.
You struggle if you're not fit, I tell you. But I tell you, car fitness, it's crazy how much easier it gets towards the end of the season, how car fit you become. Like you can do as much as you want outside the car, but you still get in and you're just using different muscles and you still struggle those first few races. You still, until you get, literally, I remember speaking to McLaughlin, I'm like, how easy is a race now when we got to the end of the season compared to the beginning of the season? So it's just, you can't, it's so hard to replicate that. You just can't unless you're doing miles. So, you're always going to suffer that. That first practice, first qualifying session, first race. Yeah. I actually remember my first champ car race. It was in 06. Well, it wouldn't have been my first. I did that Australia race. It was at Long Beach. I'm like 15 laps in. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to complete this race. It was brutal, man. Just brutal. And then your body must go through, I don't know, if you've done a marathon or something like that, it just goes, at some point you get your second wind and you just keep, and by the end you're pushing really hard, but yeah, you get that real burn on the first stint always. As you get older, your mind must know that, because I have to say, my races I haven't struggled in a race for a long time.
Yep.
A long time. I know whether I'm just more relaxed in the car, but yeah, it has got easier as I've got older.
That's got to help even confidence. Like, I think that when you go into a race knowing, okay, this is like the heat, you go to events like Newcastle was hard in the supercar, and there was places that you couldn't really prepare for, and some of your nerves or the anxiety came from knowing that this is going to really, really hurt. And if you're going through the race and you're feeling pretty good, it's actually a confidence boost, because you're thinking, fuck, the guy in front of me is for sure hurting worse than I am. And in an IndyCar, in a high-speed corner, when you're late in the race, knowing, okay, I feel pretty good here, the others are hurting, it does help your confidence, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah. That is a thing. Like, when you're burning like bad, if you know your own fitness level and you think you're very fit, I used to think that in the car. I was like, well, if I'm hurting, he's hurting more. And like, you just even push harder. Like, let's make him burn, like, keep pressure on until he makes a mistake. Because that is a thing. I mean, man, when you're just dying in the car, you're losing a couple tenths. You just are.
Yeah.
You're just not able to put it all together quite as well. That's one thing blew me away about McLaughlin. Man, he ran a really fast rack, so it was heavier than what we were running, because he wanted to kind of make it more like the supercar where you don't turn much.
Right.
But it just blew my mind that he dealt with that. He must be a strong guy, because.
And did he stick with that? Do you know?
He stuck. Yeah, he started coming back a little bit last year, but often he'll run a step faster steering rack.
Yeah, right.
Which is yeah. I did that in the earlier days, but I found a bit more feel with a slower rack. Not that it's slow, like you could go slower, but yeah, what he ran and be able to run it in the fast corners and have no problem, really. Yeah, he was. Unless he just, I don't know. Yeah, he's able to do it. It's like, I don't know how many people in the field are doing that, but I don't think many.
There you go. He'll be feeling like,
Oh, yeah.
after
now
that,
that he's a strong guy, he'll be walking around pumping up Des and Troy.